Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Bob here. Welcome back to Everquest, Project 1999 emulated server. And as you can see, I'm in Rathe Mountains today, killing hill giants. And yeah, it's been pretty relaxed morning really. That was a tainted one, I'll avoid that. Pretty relaxed morning really. I've kind of taken a break from recording videos for the last kind of week or so, 10 days. I've been playing Everquest, but just haven't, I just going through a period where I'm thinking, oh god, can't be asked. Oh, there we go. Look, there's Broogy Bloodbeard. It's quite nice. Get him on camera. That's kind of one of the, one of the sort of the reasons behind doing this is to get as much different sort of stuff as I can recorded on YouTube for historic purposes. Yeah, but I haven't, as I said, I haven't been doing much at all regards to recording. I have been playing. I've been clearing up my character roster. The character roster is one of those, probably like a lot of you, it's always full up. And I kind of wish it wasn't. I kind of wish there was just one or two characters that I was focusing on, and there wasn't so many alts. But there you go. There's just loads of them. And what we're doing recently, essentially, is going around. Just visiting all the characters that I'm never going to play again, taking the stuff off them that they're carrying, and yeah, and deleting them. I deleted about 3 or 4 actually, but the character roster, oh for God's sake, the character roster has sort of is full again. I've created some new alts, and I've just been mucking about with those. Nothing serious. But I'm kind of back to a point where I feel like recording and just kind of talking again and whatnot. So yeah, and I've realised I've kind of got some quite a lot to do actually. I've sort of Bugrot's been stuck in level 40 hell for a few weeks now, quite a while, and it's difficult when you. I say it should be. It shouldn't be difficult because I'm sort of it's not difficult in the sense that I'm not enjoying it, but you. Certainly in sort of a hell level, experience is very, very slow, and I kind of find that I really have to make an effort to get in there and get some experience, just from an enthusiasm point of view, because I know that if I'm log in and there could be a couple of hour period where I'm kind of XPing and the bar's barely moving, so it's just finding that enthusiasm to do that. But I do need to do it because I want to push on with him and do some different stuff. Lots of quests to do. I'm kind of thinking about starting the epic quest thing soon. I don't think I can go very far on my own, but we'll see how we get on. What I might do is call upon the channel. We'll have a channel get together, and if anyone fancies helping me do some of the epic stuff. I know there's a couple of other shamans that I talk to in game who watch the videos, so yeah, maybe they need to do it as well, and we can get together and yeah, have a bit of a laugh. So I'm thinking of doing that soon. That's obviously a biggie, the epic, and I will be recording. Obviously, I want to do it, at some point. I know that I'm not massively hardcore. I know that sort of quest does require you to be, maybe to a certain extent. I'm not sure, but I do. It's something I want to do and get down on video. So yeah, that's something to look forward to in the future. But I'm having a great time here. Hill Giant's pretty easy really now. Not having too many problems. I'm having to use a fair bit of mana. But downtime is quite minimal now. I mean, with Chloroplast plus Troll Regen, I kind of feel a bit OP now. I kind of feel like I've broken into that area where Shamans become really, really powerful. And I know that people, when people kind of talk about min-maxing on the website, a lot of people say that if an ogre can be a class, you should always choose an ogre because of frontal stun immunity. But I love the regen. The regen plus Chloroplast really is amazing. My health goes up quicker than my mana does. So it's so for cannibalise, yeah, it's brilliant. I don't regret. It's one of the few. It's funny with the whole class thing. I mean, I've recently started some classes that I've already got, that I already had on my character roster. But I stopped playing them because I didn't like the race combination. That's kind of I'm very much like that. I think that's quite a lot of the problem. That's quite a big part of the problem that I have with starting different characters is that I started a gnome enchanter recently. This is going to sound really stupid because an enchanter can generally be whatever they want essentially. But I started my dark elf enchanter essentially because I was kind of thinking about min-maxing, and people were saying, well, hide is invaluable. So I started a Dark Elf, even though I wasn't super keen. And I actually found, to be honest with you, that hide turned out to be not as useful as people were saying. I certainly had a less than 50% success rate for it breaking charm. In the end, I was using a taper enchantment 100% of the time, just because it worked every time, and it was a quick casting spell, didn't cost any mana. Yeah, and that was a bad choice. I got to level 20, I thought to myself, I'm not really enjoying this Dark Elf. I'm enjoying the Enchanted, but not Dark Elf. And it took me to level 28, where he kind of came to a bit of a stop, really. I didn't play him again. But I've just started a gnome one now. And I know it's stupid, because an enchanter can look like a gnome anyway, irrespective of race. But I just when I was as a spellcaster, I like playing gnomes for whatever reason. I think it's just a size thing. I think probably, and I love the face models as well. And it's amazing, because already I feel like I'm enjoying the class. It's only low level, but already I feel like I'm enjoying the class more, because I like the race. Weird, I know, and it's stupid giving up on a character that's nearly level 30 just because of a race thing. Particularly a race that can, it's particularly being a class that can. Oh, I've already got one of those. Okay, particularly a class that can change its how it looks anyway. Pretty stupid, but there you go. Just the way, it's some sort of just an insight into how my brain works. But yeah, so I've got lots of things to do now, lots of recording to do. Bugrot needs to get out of level 40, just so that I feel like I'm making some progression. I need to turn in the totemic helm quest. But because I've really been doing too much and I haven't been online with Bugrot anyway, a huge amount, I've still got the helm that I bought, so I need to sell that first, which I'll probably go and do today. Head over to East Commons, get that done. Yeah, and that'll be it really. That'll be it. I can turn the quest in, record that, and then we can start on the next piece. I think the next piece probably the legs on the list. I have to check the list. I'm not sure, but I think it probably is. Yeah, and that's it. I've got something quite interesting to show you. I'll try and record that today. Just a character that I'm playing, and just some kind of awesome, but also from my point of view, you guys kind of know how I quite like to play games. A weird thing as well, but I'll go into that when I actually record with that character. I'd say the Hill Giants have been pretty, pretty easy really. As I said, I kind of feel that from a Shaman point of view, I'm coming into my powers now, and I'm starting to kind of just feel more and more powerful as each level's going by. Yeah, and these Hill Giants are sort of pretty much a pushover really. Oh, there's Tarskuk as well. Well, that was fortunate. We've got Tarskuk and Broogy Bloodbeard on the same video. There we go. That's pretty good. I'm quite glad about that. I do like to get the notable mobs in a zone on video if I can. In fact, at some point I plan on going around all the zones trying to get all of the notable mobs on on video. I think what we'll probably do here, where is he? Oh no, don't come back. There we go. I think we might as well fight him. I'm not sure if it's for a quest. I don't normally like killing the NPC mobs in case it's for a quest and someone wants them, but I know a little bit about this guy, and I don't think he's a particularly long spawn from what I can tell, though I could be wrong about that. So I do apologise if you were in Rathe Mountains this morning and you couldn't find Tarskuk, but we'll deal with him. I mean, trying to because it hasn't been too difficult killing the Hill Giants, you kind of sit there. I don't know if anyone else does it, but I kind of sit there and try to work out the most efficient way of doing it. It's and I was just using Venom of the Snake, but the Hill Giants got so many hit points. It was taking kind of 5-6 casts of that. But I kind of started mixing in Scourge, because Scourge is a much longer dot, and it kind of runs its full length essentially when I'm fighting Hill Giants. So I've kind of been mixing that in just to give it a bit more of a, just to sort of see if it's a bit more efficient. I think it probably is. I haven't got my pet out. I probably should have, because there's been a couple of times where a Hill Giant's run, you know, and it's been on about 5%, and I thought to myself, oh, for God's sake, you know, I've got to waste mana again trying to finish it off. So yeah, I probably should have should have my pet up, but I'm going to head over to East Commons in a minute anyway, and just see if I can get rid of the helm, and then sort of record turning in the stuff for my own one, because I think that's important. You know, I kind of want to get all the totemic pieces myself. I know it's at some point soon. Maybe even now, I'm going to be at that point where it's stupid, really, because I've got so many. I'm kind of leveled past it to a point where it's probably meaningless, and I should be looking for other equipment. But you know, I just want to get it all on video. I didn't recast. I'm sitting there looking at Taskuk thinking his hit points are still quite high, not going down. And I think that's probably because I forgot to cast Venom and a Snake on him again. It seems as oops, he's broke. Yeah, that was he should have been below 50 health, 50% health now, but I just just completely forgot about it because I was talking, I think, probably, and didn't wasn't taking enough notice. It's quite interesting with the hell levels, because back in the day, I don't know if it's kind of just you kind of age and you mellow a bit, and you just feel different about things. But I don't really have too much of a problem with hell levels now, in the sense that they don't scare me. You know, I said I think I said before that they're difficult in the sense that you kind of need to log in and realise that you're going to be whatever time you've got for this particular login, you're not going to be gaining much experience, but you're going to be moving along steadily. I think that's the important thing when you're logging in. But I'm not at that. I'm not sort of where I used to be, where I kind of looked upon them in absolute kind of dread and fear, you know. And I think a couple of times I've probably even just stopped characters at level 30 because I just didn't want to deal with the hell levels. But I feel different about them now. You know, it's not so much of a problem. And I think particularly in this situation where, I mean, I haven't gained too much experience this morning, you know, maybe half a yellow or something in a couple of hour period. But yeah, it's fine, you know, because it's not too stressful. I'm pulling a mob when I need to. If I need to wander off and do something, if someone needs me to do something, family kind of needs something, you know, I can wander off and do that and then come back and just pull something else. So kind of like an ideal setup, really. But I do feel as I'm getting closer, as I'm kind of getting sort of in the 40 to 50 level range, that I've kind of really got to bite the bullet and start maybe looking at kind of grouping, maybe, you know, and making more of an effort. I think a Shaman is very soloable, supremely, I think, probably up to level 60 if I wanted to, but I'm kind of feeling that I'm getting to that point where, you know, well, I've been feeling it for a long time, you know, but I kind of feeling I get to that point where I'm missing out on stuff now. You know, it's particularly kind of watching level 1 Undercon's videos when he's in groups. I think, oh, that looks like that looks a lot of fun. But yeah, but I think part of the problem is a time thing. I was talking to someone online. You know, I was talking to someone in game about it a week or so ago. Is that grouping in Everquest is a fair commitment. I mean, I've had sort of times where someone has sent me a tell saying, "Do you want to come and group?" And I've kind of got about an hour or two to play, you know, and I need to log off. And I kind of said no, because, you know, the thing is that you're in a situation where it could take maybe 30 minutes to get together, get the group going, maybe longer than that, you know, depending on where everyone is, where you are, how far I've got to travel to get to the group if there's no druid available. And I think to myself, well, that's kind of like 30 to 60 minutes maybe, you know, sort of worst ways. That kind of leaves me with then an hour in the group, and I've then got to tell these people that, you know, I'm sorry, I've kind of got to go now. And that's kind of always one of the big things that has put me off doing the from a grouping point of view. I'm kind of it's weird because I'm sure I've mentioned all this before when I was talking about sort of, you know, playing the game casually and whatnot, but I do have quite a lot of time to play the game, but not in big chunks. You know, it's not in big chunks without having to go and do something else. You know, it'd be nice to, you know, I think for grouping you kind of need to log in and maybe have a 3, 4, 5 hour period where you're sitting and that's kind of all you're doing. You know, you're undisturbed and you haven't got to do anything else, and you go and you find a group, and for a 3, 4 hour period or whatever it is, you're in that group. because I think the thing is, from an EverQuest point of view, is that you, I kind of feel it in my head that that's what people are looking for. Maybe they're not, but I kind of think they should be, you know, because if I was in a group and someone was invited and they turned up and they only had an hour and whatnot, and then they had to go, you know, myself, I might even feel that was a bit of an inconvenience, you know, particularly if within that hour you maybe could have looked for someone who was going to be playing for longer. So yeah, so I know I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot here, because I'm kind of saying, well, I wouldn't invite myself to a group if I only had an hour to play. But I think that's the thing with EverQuest, you know, it's certainly from a grouping point of view, I think people are looking for someone, you know, when someone says, do you want to come and join a group, I don't think they're expecting you to leave in an hour or two. You know, I think they're looking for a bit more of a commitment. Or maybe I'm mistaken, maybe I'm kind of looking at it differently or in the wrong way. But certainly that's how it feels, and I kind of, as I said, I feel a little bit like that myself. I mean, I would, if a friend sent me a telling game and said, "Do you want to group up for an hour?" I would do it in an instant, and even if it took a half hour to get together and we just group for a half an hour, I would happily do it. But I do feel that in a kind of, particularly like a dungeon grouping situation, if you've kind of made the effort to get to a point where you got some time spare, and you kind of want people to join your group who could be in a similar sort of position, I can quite understand why people are looking for that. But as I said, maybe not. Maybe that's not what they're looking for, and it's just me, yeah, just reading stuff into it that's it's not actually there. But I do. I mean, the few experiences I've had, I do feel that, and from watching people grouping online in other YouTube videos, you know, I do feel that there is a certain expectation that there is, if you're going to go into a group, you know, there's a certain amount of time commitment that you need to put into it. Yeah, but maybe maybe it's me, and I just need to rearrange my time better so that when I'm playing, I'm kind of logging. You know, sort of thing where you kind of, maybe the best thing is to log in less, but when you log in, you know, you've got more time. Maybe that's the way to do it. But yeah, it's a bit of a ramble. But I'm not going to pull this guy. I don't know what I got up for there. I think it's because like when I record videos, I'm kind of talking, like, you know, live. I'm not kind of commentating over the top. So if I'm in a situation where I've got no mana, then yeah, you haven't got anything to watch particularly. But I think I've probably run out of things to say for this particular kind of I'm back video anyway. So what I'll do is I'll get myself some mana back, and then we'll do another giant, or we'll do a giant. Have I done a giant in this video, or did I just do the Cyclops? I think I did a giant. Yeah, we'll do another giant, and then we'll call it a day. Yeah, but there's a video coming up for a character. As I said, you know, some crazy great stuff happened, but for a period of time it did leave me with a big dilemma, and you'll understand when you watch it. But I'll try and get that up pretty soon. I'm trying to think what else is happening. Oh yeah, when I was to the forums, I don't often go to the forums, and if I do go, I only go to the class section really, just to look for some useful information. But I went over to the forums, and it appears as though TMO have been banned from raiding for 4 weeks or something. I'm not sure if that's correct, but that's kind of what I read on the forum. And the whole raiding aspect of the game is it's a scary proposition. You know, I'm not, even if I got into a position where I could, I'm not sure if I would. You know, maybe I'd kind of tag along if there was space or something. You know, if someone had some space. What the hell is that there? Oh, it's Bloodbeard. I just saw a massive foot come into my peripheral vision. Oh god, yeah. I'm not even sure if I would actually. You know, because it just seems so complicated. That's definitely where you get more of the you know, the numpties, I think, at that sort of level. People who take the game too seriously, and they want a lot from it, you know. And yeah, I'm really not sure if I would get into it, even if I was able. I'm sure I will, because it's sort of, you know, you're experiencing a different part of the game, and it'll be great to record some footage, you know, in one of the planes or something on a bit of a raid. But it does worry me. Yeah, but TMO apparently have been banned for, I don't know what it was, to be honest with you. Some people were saying like duping and cheating generally of a type. I'm not sure about the punishment though, to be honest with you. I mean, when I look at the forums, TMO don't seem to have a particularly great reputation. And unfortunately, I don't think some of the members help that. You know, a few of the members who post on TMO, you know, they appear to be just dickheads, really. To be honest, people who purposely on a wind up. You know, it's yeah, and I don't think they. But I'm sure that's probably not. Well, I don't know actually, but there must be some pretty nice people in TMO, and this is affecting all of them. So I'm not sure if the punishment is particularly fair. But I suppose maybe it's a good way for the members, the good members, to maybe weed out the bad uns, you know, and say, look, you know, we sort of 4 weeks of the game we're not able to do what we want to do because of you, you know, arseholes. So we want you out. You know, maybe it's all for the good. You know, maybe it will make them weed out the bad uns. But I mean, it got me thinking as well. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling again, but it got me thinking as well. Is I wonder if that kind of that level of the game attracts that sort of person. You know, because I speak to a lot of people in game, and whenever I log in, you know, there's always 2 or 3 people say hello. They've kind of seen the videos, and you know, I kind of got to know them a bit just from talking in game anyway. And they just seem like super people. You know, like really, really nice people. And completely nothing like the sort of thing you see on the forums, you know, and I do think to myself that maybe I don't want binding my wounds for, well, I do need to. He's hit me really hard, this little giant. Yeah, and I do kind of wonder if what was I saying? I kind of lost my train of thought there. That smack on the head there kind of hurt. Yeah, I do wonder if that level of gameplay, you know, that kind of higher level of competitiveness just attracts people who are just, yeah, maybe it goes to the territory. Maybe being competitive makes you loud and brash and, you know, all that sort of stuff. But it's weird, yeah. I'm not sure what comes first. I'm not sure if the mentality is always there, and that sort of mentality is always there, and they're attracted to a guild like TMO, or if the game kind of makes them that way, you know, and they reach that level, and they think, well, this is what I want, you know, at all costs, no matter who I trample over, you know, I want that polygon that looks really, really nice. I want the glowy polygons, you know, maybe that's, I don't know. But as I said, I'm sure that there are a big bunch of people in TMO who are perfectly nice people. But it's just spoiled by a few, unfortunately, I think. And it's weird from a guild point of view. Certainly, it's a bit like work, really. You know, when you're in work and you're managing people. Certainly, if I was a guild leader, you know, I would say to my, you know, I'd kind of have a rule, really. Say, look, I don't want you going to the Project 99 forums and acting like a twat. If you do it, then you're out. That's basically, you know, that. So I think it's kind of a leadership thing as well. You know, I mean, the leaders of TMO must go on the forums and see sometimes how their you know, their members are acting. So yeah, I think also you've got to look at a leadership point of view. You need it's a bit like work, as I said. You know, you need strong leadership in a guild where everyone is very competitive and sort of, you know, highly strung, and they want the fat loots. But that's something that always quite surprised me. Is I feel that if, you know, as someone who has managed people, and you look at sort of a guild leadership in a similar way, you know, that they kind of don't get a hold of this and say, look, you know, we don't want you going on the forums sullying our reputation, essentially. You know, so, yeah. But anyway, I kind of rambled again there and extended the video by about 10 minutes. It's quite an interesting game you play with Hill Giants, because there's a massive difference in platinum drop. You know, I mean, I got 2 platinum from one earlier on, and this one I just got 46 actually. So yeah, it's a massive massive difference in platinum drops. But I do need to go to a bank and change up some gold, because I've now got a sort of 1100 gold that I need to change up and drop some money off at the bank as well, because I'm really overweight at the moment. I don't even know what really. I need to have a look round, see what I'm carrying. Anyway, guys, just been a quick but longer than I expected video, just to say that I'm kind of back doing some Everquest videos. Yeah, and we'll get going again and try and find some interesting stuff to do. Oh, someone mentioned about going to do ice giants, which sounds like a good idea. I'll go and have a look at those. I'm not sure if they're kind of the same toughness as these hill giants. I always kind of got the impression that the ice giants were the toughest of the giants, you know, for whatever reason. I don't know, because it's cold, I suppose. But we'll go and have a look, see how we get on. I imagine they're probably super camped though, but maybe I can get in a group. You know, who knows? But anyway, yeah, loads of hill giants around there. There were a few people in the zone earlier on. A couple of druids who were just laying waste to them. A couple of high-level druids. But it seems quiet now. Plenty to choose from. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Hello, guys. Welcome back quickly. I just saw the sand giant as I was running to East Commons, and I thought I'd give it a go and record it. I don't know if all giants are the same actually, but we'll see how tough the old sand giant is here. We'll see. We'll just see. Okay. Oops, sorry, something happened with the computer there. It's out of range. Okay, that didn't start off particularly well because something kind of went a bit wrong on the computer. Sand giants look cool, obviously. Very Arabian looking. I think, yeah. You know, they look cool. I like the way they look. Look at that. What a big brute. I'd quite like to get an enchanter up to a high enough level where I can, you know, sort of charm a sand giant or a hill giant or even an ice giant and run around doing stuff with it. That would be pretty awesome. It kind of feels at the moment like these. It kind of feels that these are the same as the hill giants, toughness wise. I'm purely going by the hit points, really. So yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if they're kind of, yeah. So my Venom of the Snake there, yeah, it did about the same, almost exactly the same amount of damage that it did on all roots worn off. Great. Stay there. Yeah, it did almost exactly the same amount of damage to the stand giant as it did to the hill giant. So we'll have to see. Resists don't seem any different. I did cast Malasement on both of them anyway. I'm kind of just using that just generally at the moment for whatever I'm fighting. Yeah, but these seem pretty similar. I've heard that the loot drops. I better keep my. I'm not sure how many sand giants you get in the zone, but I better keep my eyes open just in case. Yeah, I'm not sure what the loot drops are like. I've kind of heard that they're not as good as hill giants, but they do seem to be about the same. What's that? That's my second. That's my second application of. Oh, bloody hit for 73. That's my second application of Venom of the Snake. 1, 2. So going to take about 5. I'm pretty sure that's about the same. Obviously, extremely non-scientific tests. These. It's all like yeah, about that. But well, it's quite interesting. Going to be like maybe a giant killer, Bugrot the giant killer. You kind of go around finding all the giants, and you have to kill at least one of them. I've done hill giants and sand giants now, so I've got ice giants. Any other giants? Giant skeletons. I've killed those, I think, but I didn't record it, so maybe I need to record that. Cyclops, I've done that. They're kind of giantish. What other giants have we got? I'm not sure, actually. I'm just wondering why my health wasn't going up particularly quickly, and that's because I didn't put chloroplast on, which is a bit of a pain. Yeah, but these guys seem about the same as hill giant, which kind of makes sense, really. I guess create different skins from a variant point of view, and yeah, just have the same stats. Although I do feel that I just got this little inkling that the ice giants are a bit tougher. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. But no problems here. 35, yeah. So you get to a point where they're going to run. That's no problem. I kind of watched a level 1 Undercon video recently where he was kind of soloing them, and yeah, everything just seems so much tougher as a melee character. Just yeah, it's they definitely. I'm not quite sure where the developers were coming from with regards to that. Why it was so much tougher as a non-casting class. I guess just less options available, and maybe there was a feeling that they wanted tanks to actually group. Because I think quite often if you haven't got a tank in a group, the whole dynamic of the group probably doesn't work particularly well. So maybe they just wanted tanks to group. You're kidding me? Really? Holy smokes! I'm just fighting fighting a hill giant, a sand giant, for God's sakes, and you get attacked by a little puma. What should I do? Let's give myself levitate again. Yeah, maybe they just felt that they really wanted tanks to group, so they just kind of put them in a position. You don't have to, certainly. It's particularly, I think, as a Shadow Knight, you do particularly well soloing. Sort of, outdoors, I think, probably, and even I guess dungeons, maybe, assuming that you're suitably slightly over leveled for the zone. But yeah, I can imagine they probably needed, as I said, they probably needed tanks to group. Otherwise, a group dynamic sort of doesn't work particularly well. But yeah, but certainly I have to say, as a caster, everything seems much easier. I'm just going to have to deal with this puma. Unbelievable. There you go, puma, you see? That's what you get. Come on, sand giant, time to die. There we go. Lambent stone, fine steel scimitar. Okay, yeah, so the loot was similar actually. The hill giants dropping lambent stones as well. So yeah, that seems to have been pretty similar. Okay guys, well I just thought I'd pop back quickly just to show you, just get a hill giant and a sand giant kill in the same video. I'll be back again soon. Thanks for watching.